take the journey of beginning. Because as you're taking the journey to beginning, the distractions will come. And they'll come at you like a fire of arrows, looking to penetrate your armor. Because the one who reaches the destination is the one that continues to go after trial and after trial. So yeah, counting at the ribs.
Did you just make that up?
Oh, on my head.
That's some Lord of the Rings stuff right there.
I am not joking when I say this is probably the worst episode of Showtime All Access I've ever seen for a fight of this magnitude. Now, normally, the first episode of All Access is a normal introduction episode where you get to know both of the fighters, their lifestyles, they show off a little bit of their toys. But that wasn't the opening. There's so many cringe moments in this episode of All Access that I'm wondering what was the point. It's a bunch of put together footage recycled from the first episode. Now, I'm wondering if it has to do with any of Tank Davis' many legal issues, because he does hint at the end of the episode that there's some things that he wants to talk about that he can't. This episode 2 of Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia All Access, aired on April the 7th on Showtime. I'm T Street Controversy. Thanks for watching. We didn't get a chance to talk about the first time around what the undercard looked like, so let me go ahead and get it out of the way before we go ahead and recap the episode. You have David Morrell taking on Sena Agbeko. I don't know who this guy is. Let's go look at it. Showcase fight, because David Morrell, if he wins, he's heavily rumored to be fighting David Benavidez. So this is basically a showcase fight. I didn't expect for the undercard to be too good anyway, because the main attraction and the money is going towards the main event. Beck the Bully is going to be taking on Gabe Rosado. We heard about that fight. Gabe Rosado was supposed to fight Gabriel Ramirez a few weeks ago, but Gabriel Ramirez was egregiously overweight. And then Elijah Garcia versus Kevin Salgado. There is nothing here on this undercard that interests me. Anytime Beck the Bully versus Gabe Rosado 2 interests me, then there's a problem. If you don't remember, a few years ago, Gabe Rosado knocked Beck the Bully out, had him ass up, face down. Welcome to the show. I'm T Street Controversy with Fight View 360. Let's go recap this episode.
Yeah, you know, when you go pot tar up, you gotta go smoothie. What a Jolly Rancher Troy's. I would get that, but it's not glazed. The King pack, you always go King. Gotta go purple Skittles. Gotta get them. And this all while I'm in camp too. Definitely don't worry, cause I'm definitely making weight. Laffy Taffy bites. Get a couple of these too. I'm Gucci.
I personally think this is just a little bit of showmanship, him buying all this candy because he has had weight issues in the past, and he's saying this is definitely not going to be an issue as he's weighing in. $70.46 worth of candy. This is how the episode opened. There wasn't really anything in this episode that really is going to interest you or hold your attention. It's like, okay, what are you guys doing? We already seen Tank Davis get his hair cut, and it's not like we're having deep intellectual or thought-provoking content here.
Too deep brain. And if he gets knocked down, let's see how he reacts. Like when I got knocked down, I went right to it. When life gets tough on me, I raise my hand and say, you know, I'm ready to handle it.
So thoroughly that it's easy to forget he's only 24 years old. But when strangers question the metal behind that handsome face, he knows precisely the night he proved them wrong already. Against British gold medalist Luke Campbell.
That was a significant fight for Ryan Garcia back in 2021 when he fought Luke Campbell, because he did go down early, and this is what he's recapping while he's getting his haircut on the episode of All Access. But depending on how you look at Luke Campbell, Ryan Garcia was supposed to win. But what we learned is that Ryan Garcia can face through adversity, because he got knocked down brutally in round number 2. In fact, I'm going to show you that clip, and I'm going to walk you through it. Now, just watch how he went down. And it makes you ask the question, okay, what's going to happen if or when Tank hits him? Because Tank is going to hit him.
Much more flat-footed. Seems like he wants to...
Laid him out. Laid him out. Let's go back slow motion. And he dropped it.
An absolute stunner. And look at the face of Campbell. He wants to... left hand!
Jeez.
Hype. Especially, you know, I'm coming out in a throne, which I'll probably never do again. That was a big mistake.
Garcia has to be careful not to get over-eager, because Campbell, who never makes predictions, said, I'm going to knock this kid out. Oh, left hand sends the kid down! Now we're going to see what this kid's made of.
Most guys, especially young fighters in their career, they get dropped. They're not feeling too good. They're gonna get flustered a little bit, embarrassed, and I went in there and I came right at him right after I got dropped.
To Ryan Garcia's credit, he did go out there and stop Luke Campbell. Here's the clip.
Ryan Garcia, you're young.
Body shot. Let me back up a little bit to show you guys. There we go.
Showing all his boxing skills.
Also saying to Ryan Garcia, you're young. Body shot. And he goes down.
Looked like it hurt big time. Like it bounced off. Ryan Garcia does show that he has moxie. He does have a chin from what we've seen. The problem is the guys that he fought, like Luke Campbell, they're not Tank Davis. And Tank Davis would do the same thing, if not worse, to Luke Campbell. And Luke Campbell being a Olympian. So moving on, with that being said, Tank Davis is a student of the game. I like Tank Davis because he actually watches the sport. He's one of those fighters that he doesn't say, nah, I don't watch tape, only my coach does. One of his favorite fighters is the Japanese monster, Naoya Inoue, who's going to be fighting Stephen Fulton on July the 25th in Japan.
For Davis, an undefeated, heavy-hitting opponent requires seeking every edge. And so, watching tape has been incorporated into the workout. Consider this multitasking for the immense undertaking ahead.
He's slow for real.
He look fast against who he fighting against,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
and all of them that he fighting, he ain't fight the caliber guys you fought.
So during the build-up, Tank has said multiple times that Ryan Garcia really only has a left hand. And you can expect that Tank Davis is going to be looking to try to counter that. But Tank Davis also acknowledged in the first episode of All Access that he doesn't want to get hit with that. He doesn't want to test it. That's why I like Tank Davis. Besides that, as I'm looking at my notes here, there's really nothing, else of note here outside of Ryan Garcia explaining the demons that he had when he had to take time off from the sport. Here, we're going to play that clip and talk about it.
There is strength. Garcia had to fight for that, too.
I was on top. I was feeling good.
Careful. Relax a little bit.
Gatorade signed me. You can't get really much better than that.
I have a Jack King.
I told you patience is a virtue. He sucks. But then demons started creeping in and depression hit me. It came out of nowhere. I pride myself to keep moving forward in tough situations, but I couldn't stop it no matter what I tried to do. The more I pushed for it to go away, it came stronger and stronger until it beat me to my knees. The moment I try to get up, I'm getting beaten down again. It was so dark, it felt like I was in hell. You get over the pain, and before you know it, you're back in the pain. That's what it felt like. It was torture. And I said to myself, I don't want to box no more. I'm done. This is not even me. And I tell my mom, I need help.
I'm so proud of my son for everything he's gone through. And
I never knock or try to downplay anyone's mental health issues, especially for these fighters who have so much on their shoulders. As he said, he got signed by Gatorade, had other endorsements. He's a pretty good looking kid, and having all that pressure on him, all those Instagram followers, sometimes I can think that shit can get to you. Even myself on my little small channel, I dealt with some burnout for some years, having to get on here and sometimes on a single weekend talking to 100,000 plus people. The undercard, I'm going to rate the undercard I don't know what I'm going to rate this. I'm going to give the undercard a C, very close to a C minus. So we know we're not there for the undercard. Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia winner, hopefully will move on to go fight the winner of Devin Haney-Lomachenko. Then maybe Shakur Stevenson after that, or they move up to fight the winner of Teofimo Lopez, Josh Taylor, and mix in Enriquez Prograis somewhere in that mix. But I commend both fighters and both companies, PBC, Golden Boy, Showtime, and The Zone, for coming together, making the fight that the fans actually want to see. Now, I'm sorry, I'm going to keep bitching and complaining, but that $84.95 price tag, somebody said it in the comments, this is basically both of the promoters and both of the networks with their hands in the pot. I'm going to predict Tank Davis by win, possibly knockout, but I will not be surprised if Ryan Garcia wins by outboxing Tank Davis. I won't be surprised. And don't be surprised if you see Tank Davis get dropped and possibly hurt in the fight. What do I predict the pay-per-view is going to do? I'm thinking over 500,000 for sure. I don't see this as a million pay-per-view by fight. These promoters and these networks, they be kind of out of touch, especially during this high level of high streaming these days. And the core fan bases of both of these fighters are going to be streaming the fight to smithereens. And I would say that I feel that Tank Davis has a more grown up, more mature fan base than Ryan Garcia, even if Ryan Garcia may have a bigger, younger fan base. I'm going to give this episode of All Access also a C. This is not an A episode. This is not a 5-star. A lot of recycled content. We really learned nothing. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Follow me on Twitter @T3Controversy.